Okay, good morning, everybody. Sorry, you'll
Yep.
have to do your, side talk in a minute. Good morning. I love to see all the folks in the audience. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, and we're here for board session at 9 a.m. In the Senator Hearing Room at 555 Court Street Northeast. And if you would, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We do not have any public comment this morning.
I do have a public comment.
Oh, just kidding. It's not on here.
I know, I'm sorry. I am hosting Sam Spink, who's in the back there. He is a sophomore at McNary High School, so he's interested in local government, and he's going to be with us today.
Go Celts.
I thought you might like it.
Maybe we'll drag you up at the end, Sam, and you can tell us all the things.
So I met him this morning upstairs, and he's in the culinary program, and I said, well, one commissioner likes to eat food, there's another one that knows how to make it. So
I'm taking him to Juvenile today for lunch, so he's going to get to see the culinary program at Juvenile.
fantastic.
Do you know who runs the culinary program at McNary?
I do. Well,
Mrs. Wendy Bennett, who happens to be the wife of Judge Channing Bennett.
it's a power couple
It's a
if I ever
power
heard of one.
couple in Marion County. So, I'm just saying. Okay, are we ready to move ahead?
Ready.
Great. We have two proclamations today, and the first one is going to be introduced by Tamara Getch from Community Services. Consider approval of a proclamation declaring the month of April as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Marion County, and she's joined by...
Great. I'm Tamara Getch, Community Services.
Shani Starr, Executive Director, CASA of Marion County.
Allison Kelly, Chief Executive Officer of Liberty House.
I don't know if this is on. It's on?
Yep,
Okay.
it is.
I'm Patrice Altenhoffen from Family Building Blocks.
Thank you.
Great. Well, Commissioners, each year around this time, we join forces not only in the community, but we bring this proclamation before you for consideration. We're here again today to talk about the importance of child abuse prevention. It's not just a month of recognition, it really is a year-long effort that is necessary for our community to stay safe and protect those young people in our community so that they can thrive and fulfill their dreams. And today we are going to be talking a little bit about what's going on with our efforts in the month of April, and then also be talking about what these three organizations do within our community to keep people safe and also support families to thrive as they're doing their life's journey. So I'm going to kick it off to Shani, and then we're going to come back and talk about the proclamation at the end.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Bethel and Commissioners Willis and Cameron. You know, well, we talk about child abuse prevention, and there's some feel-good things that we do in the community to bring awareness to that issue. The reality is child abuse and neglect is not a fun topic. It's a very serious topic, and it is a topic here in Marion County that I think as we go through the PowerPoint, I think there'll be some sobering numbers and realities that we will be doing a disservice to our children and families if we don't recognize. So first of all, everyone has a role in preventing child abuse, not just here in Marion County, but all throughout the state of Oregon. Our work around child abuse prevention is made up of a collaborative and a collective of like-minded nonprofits that come together and donate their time and their resources to bringing awareness and putting the events together. We have Blue Ribbon Brigade, Boys and Girls Club, CASA of Marion County, Catholic Community Services, the City of Salem, the Oregon Department of Human Services, the Early Learning Hub, Exchange Club of Salem, Family Building Blocks, Home Youth and Resource Center, Liberty House, Marion County Community Services, the Marion County Sheriff's Office, Options Counseling and Family Services, Salem Public Schools, Salem Police Department, and YMCA of Marion and Polk counties. So this photo is an iconic photo that you will see every year in the month of April. The ribbons in the tree reflect the number of confirmed cases of child abuse in the state of Oregon. So in 2020, and this is where we're going to get down to some real talk. In 2020, 11,642 confirmed victims of child abuse and neglect in the state of Oregon. Of those, there were 1,171 confirmed victims right here in Marion County. And perhaps what should be alarming to all of us is that 43% of those 1,171 victims were younger than 5 years old. And I think this is a really important point in time to talk about what we saw during the pandemic. You will hear reasoning that the number of children in foster care due to abuse and neglect is down because of changes that are made. That might be partially true, but the reality is we cannot be afraid to recognize that we didn't have eyes on kids for 2 years. For 2 years, we didn't have first line eyes on children. And I think as we initially started into the pandemic in 2020, we realized the levels of toxic stress that our families were under before the pandemic, and that was exacerbated. We know that abuse and neglect happens for a number of reasons. You have, there are food insecurity, housing insecurity, job insecurity, among others. And many of those were exacerbated during the pandemic in a lockdown when our kids were often at home in what I termed a pressure cooker of toxic stress in our homes. And that is why we are seeing the numbers. They may have gone down during the pandemic, but we have to be real. We know that calls to the child abuse hotline went down by 70% in the early months of the pandemic. Calls went down by 70%. That means nobody had eyes on kids. It's not because we were making changes. The number of investigations in those early months went down by 42%. It's not because we were making changes. It's because nobody had eyes on our kids. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Allison Kelly.
Thank you, Shani. Good morning, commissioners. Thank you very much for having us, and thank you for your leadership. As the CEO of Liberty House is your child advocacy center. We serve both Marion and Polk counties. We have over 50 employees and 3 major outward-facing programs. One is our clinic, so we are the diagnosticians. When we have partners, DHS, and we have other partners in the community who are concerned about children at risk, we are the ones who have the medical providers and the interviewers who can help determine what level of risk and how the kids are doing and what recommendations might be needed. And we also have a therapy program, so we offer follow-up therapy, and we have a prevention education program. And with me this morning, we have our new prevention director, Kyle Tarr, who I will come back a little bit later in our presentation and talk about some great training we have available. And with that, in contrast to some of the reported numbers, we have seen a 47% increase in the number of children coming through the Liberty House Clinic over the last 2 years. So we saw almost 1,000 children in our clinic last year, and that's almost double from 2018, from 2019, pre-pandemic. So all told, we serve about 1,500 children a year in between our therapy and our clinic programs, and thousands more with our prevention. So the thing about child maltreatment, child prevention, is that it is largely preventable. There are some researchers who say it's 95% preventable. Could we imagine that it's 100% preventable? And what we try to do is provide training to make it safe to talk about, number one, to learn the facts, to talk about the facts, to learn how to minimize opportunity for children to be abused, and to learn how to react responsibly if a child should tell you that that is going on in their life. And they will tell in little tiny bits and pieces because of the way trauma affects the brain. And, you know, I think there's something to be said for years ago, maybe we thought a smaller percentage of our population would have been subject to abuse. Now it is thought to be much more widespread than our numbers can count, partly because children don't want to say anything. It's hard to talk about for them. Also, we now have smartphones, and I would suggest that every child who has a smartphone is at risk, and we have a whole project about that, I Respect and Protect, and we'll leave some folders, some brochures with you, and all of you have been involved in that. Thank you for that. And I think that if we really want to get excited about prevention, we have to get brave about changing our mindset about children. They aren't objects. They aren't targets. They are humans worthy of our respect. And once we start really focusing on that, I think we'll be able to change. And I also just want to call to attention, if this has happened in anyone's family, in one of our families, it's really rough on the whole family and on the parents, because we do know by and large parents totally want the best for their children. So what we want to do as a community is make resources available to make that possible. So with that, I am honored to introduce my colleague Patrice, who leads Family Building Blocks.
Good morning. Thank you, Allison. Good morning, commissioners. Thank you for having us yet again. 25 years ago, our community came together in Marion County to form Family Building Blocks. We started out in the basement of the church just across the street, and today we have 121 employees, 9 locations, 4 programs, and I'm really proud of our community. I'm proud that they have invested in us in so many ways. So my slide is, what will you do? So I already know that our community understands the importance of early childhood. I know that they understand that child abuse is unacceptable, and that just the showing of support that we all feel, every luncheon, right? Every event we have where our community shows up and opens their pocketbooks when they volunteer for our organizations, knowing that they're making the difference in the life of a child. When they're coming to learn about the importance of early childhood, the best stories I hear are when our classroom volunteers go and volunteer for other organizations and are able to take what they've learned in our classrooms and apply it with children in their own lives. It's important and it's doable. We believe in a world where every child is valued, where a child is seen as living their full life from the day they're born. And so we partner with families who have children 5 or younger, and those families are facing overwhelming life circumstances like the ones that Shani described: isolation, houselessness, food insecurity, everything that causes that stress that prevents a parent from being able to give their child the care and attention that they need to thrive. Parents don't want to abuse and neglect their children. It's not something that they, when they have their baby and their baby's handed to them, they say, oh, I really want to mess this up, right? They love that child and they want that child to thrive. And so our programs are voluntary. Families come to us because they want to break what's often an intergenerational cycle of child abuse and neglect, and we are able to say yes to those families. We partnered with over 800 families last year, and we're able to say yes to them because of our community support. I just want to tell a quick story about Rebecca. Rebecca and her 2 boys, Liam and Leopold, live in a trailer just by the Yard food court out on State Street. They came to us about 6 months ago. Their father was incarcerated the day that Leopold was born due to domestic violence charges. He is no longer in their lives, but Rebecca takes care of the 2 little boys, a 2-year-old and a brand new baby in the trailer by the Yard. She was recently, we had an event, she came to our happy hour event, and she spoke. And she said, there's nothing more important than making a person like her and her children feel seen, feel heard, and feel valued. And they participated in our Hope for the Holidays program, where our community comes together and just donates gifts for our families, and her children receive books, toys, clothing, and she received a food card, $25, modest amount, but it made a difference to her. And she said, you know, she received a standing ovation, and she said, I should be standing for you, to the crowd. And she said that one day she wanted to be on the other side of the podium. And so those little gifts that you may give at Christmas time to a nonprofit, or that little gift that you may give, or that one work crew that you participate on when you're laying bark dust at a facility or something, it really helps. And it helps my team be able to focus on their work with parents so that they can focus on their children. So there's a lot you can do. There is hope, and I thank you.
So in the month of April, which is the month that we advocate for awareness of child abuse prevention, here's what we can do as a community. First of all, we will, and I think I'll talk about this a little bit later, but we all have a car parade, which I'm super excited about. But through the month, you can wear blue to show support. You can share the word, spread the word on social media, partner with local organizations. All of the organizations that I mentioned are accepting and need volunteers, and we are happy to work with you and anyone in the community to find a way to get involved. But the big event that we will do is on Friday, April 1st, and that is our car parade. And you can register for that. We have a link that we will get out to everyone to be able to post on the website, but there's a Facebook event. And you register. We're only able to have 199 cars. That's a very important number for us to stay at, 199 cars. But we ask that you come register, decorate, wear blue, and we will honk our way through Salem from the fairgrounds to the state capitol while we plant our blue pinwheels at the tree with the blue ribbons. So thank you for your time and welcoming us to share.
And Tamara, if I may, Commissioners, we will provide these flyers for training, and I think Tamara has had this information posted on your website. Liberty House is offering lots of trainings. You can register at irespectandprotect.com, and we would love to see you.
So Commissioners, and for the public, if they're interested in any of the materials that have been created by this planning team, information on what's happening in the month of April in our community so that you can become part of what is going on. So we even have social media backdrops. So if you are going to be on Zoom or Teams or anything like that, you can have during that April, you can have a backdrop that really helps people understand what's going on, at least have an awareness that there is something happening in April. So we have all kinds of tools for the public available at our parentforthefuture.org. So parentforthefuture.org, and that's all one word except for the, of course, .org. And as been explained this morning, there is something for each and every one of us to do, and we all play a role. Marion County has played many, many roles across the years in helping to promote awareness, advocate for prevention, support people in need, and in particular, take a stand for our kids and our families in the community so that they know that they're not in this alone. They have their local government through the Marion County. They have organizations in the community, family and friends to support them along the way. So that is why we bring each year the proclamation for you to consider April as a Child Abuse Prevention Month for your consideration.
Thank you. I did not hear that the dogs are going to be there. Are they?
I don't know. Eli might be busy in the clinic.
Okay, well,
Lily may be riding in the Viwi Beetle.
perfect. All right, so Commissioner Cameron's going to make the motion, and then you'll be second for the proclamation, and I'll end it. And just before we start, when we give you the proclamation, if you join us in front of the dais for a photo, that would be great.
Madam Chair, pretty sobering morning. I will move that we approve the proclamation declaring the month of April as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Marion County.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes.
Before the Board of Commissioners for Marion County, Oregon, in the matter of proclaiming April Child Abuse Prevention Month. This matter came before the Marion County Board of Commissioners at its regularly scheduled meeting on March 23rd, 2022, to proclaim April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. And whereas the health and viability of our community is dependent upon the investment in our most vulnerable children, and whereas in 2020 there were 11,642 reported victims of child abuse and neglect in Oregon, of which 1,171 were victims in Marion County, and
Whereas we encourage all members of the community to become aware of the issues involved in the prevention of harm to young people, so that the next generation will be safe, strong, and successful. And whereas by strengthening families and providing safe, stable, and nurturing environments that are free from violence, abuse, neglect, opportunities are created for children's optimal growth and success, ensuring a secure future for our communities, where the needs of children are a priority and the needs of families are met.
Now therefore, the Marion County Board of Commissioners asks everyone to join together as individuals, organizations, and government agencies to protect our children and prevent child abuse in our community, and does hereby proclaim April 2022 as Child Abuse Prevention Month, dated at Salem, Oregon, this 23rd day of March 2022. Thank you. So, the whole Eyes on Kids thing is really important. I appreciate that you have that hashtag on your reader board. I see it every day when I drive by it, the millions of times. I think it's just important for people to realize that Eyes on Kids means more than just school teachers. It's everybody. It's the folks in the grocery store. It's those of us here. And it's okay to say something. I think you're right, Allison. People are afraid to talk about child abuse. There's a lot of shame that's involved in that, whether it's from the family, but also individuals in the community that choose not to stand up. And I appreciate all of you do, and the numerous volunteers that support our county. And I hope that as kids get back to normal lives, they can get the eyes on them that they need to make sure that they're safe and they can grow healthy in our community. So thank you. Commissioners, would you join me down front for a photo? I guess we're gonna go that way a little bit.
well,
You gotta squeeze in. There's probably doesn't belong here anymore. Okay, yeah.
Here, 3, 2, 1.
One more. Oh. Thank you. I don't know who's taking it, but. Yeah, we'll take it. Great, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Keep up the good work. You know, it's good to see all the nonprofits working together on this, you know? Uh-oh, what is that?
I know. Oh, I was like, is it like a fire alarm? What's happening? Okay, it's nothing to be alarmed about.
I'm looking forward to that parade on Friday.
I am looking forward to the parade as well.
see you Friday.
Friday in like a week,
That's it.
April 1st.
Oh, April 1st, that's right.
Yeah,
Not this
like,
Friday,
let's
next
not
Friday.
get people
All right,
started.
sorry.
April 1st. Right.
Next Friday.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our second proclamation of the day. Under Health and Human Services, Krista Neufeld is joining us to consider approval of a proclamation designated the month of March as Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in Marion County. And she's joined by, if you talk into the microphone, introduce yourselves for the record.
Pull that microphone towards you.
Yep.
There you go.
So this is Jess Day, and I'm Shelley Day, and we're on the IDD board with Carissa, or I am with Carissa, and Jess is my son.
Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, I'm Carissa Neufeld. I'm the Human Services Division Director for Marion County Health and Human Services, and have the great pleasure of being able to support our intellectual and developmental disability program. So this morning, I am here along with Shelley and Jess to talk with you about Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month and the importance of acknowledging our IDD community here in Marion County. And thank you for your willingness to consider this proclamation. So each year when we come before you, we like to have a theme. And as we all have had the displeasure of experiencing this last couple of years, COVID has been at the forefront and a significant impact on all of us, in particular our intellectual and developmental disability community. So this year we thought, as we hope to be emerging from this COVID cloud, that it would be appropriate to have our theme be resilience. To give a little bit of background about Intellectual and Developmental Disability Awareness Month, President Reagan, Ronald Reagan, in 1987, proclaimed March as Developmental Disability Awareness Month. IDD Awareness Month is an opportunity to promote, respect, and educate others about individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities and what you can do to support access to community inclusion and ultimately choice and possibility within our communities throughout Marion County for these individuals. More than 31,000 Oregonians actually are enrolled in case management services for intellectual and developmental disabilities, with approximately 10% of those individuals in services here in Marion County receiving case management through 3 different entities. In Oregon, we actually have the distinct pleasure of being the first state to close all of our institutions for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in the 90s. At that time, approximately 1,200 individuals lived at Fairview Training Center, just up on the hill in South Salem. Today, all individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities live in the home or in a community-based service setting. In Marion County, we have 3 case management entities: Resource Connections of Oregon, Integrated Services Network, and Marion County Health and Human Services. In addition to case management, Marion County has approximately 2,000 personal support workers, 150 or so foster homes, licensed specifically to support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and over 200 24-hour residential care facilities, over 30 employment provider agencies, and numerous small businesses and consultants to support job development, behavior support needs, complex medical needs, and mental health needs. This last year has taken a significant toll on our IDD community. In its peak, this last couple of months, we had over 1/3 of our congregate care settings who had outbreaks. Hundreds of staff and individuals have tested positive. We've had families and individuals pass away from COVID. Families have lost clearly essential loved ones, but essential caretakers. Our case management and providers have experienced significant and record low workforce challenges. And yet, we are resilient. We are moving forward. And we are so proud and so grateful to the providers and to our paid and unpaid caregivers who have continued to show up and be available to support individuals who require significant care. The members of Marion County Intellectual and Developmental Disability Advisory Committee challenge you to promote IDD Awareness Month by acknowledging the resilience of those within the IDD community over the last 2 years. You can show this support, and each person in our community can show this support by liking 2 Facebook pages that support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in our community, seeking employment with an agency who supports individuals or families who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities, becoming a paid personal support worker for someone, hiring someone someone who experiences an intellectual or developmental disabilities, or supporting a local business who employs people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Developing or offering affordable and accessible housing for individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities, or simply reaching out to a family or an individual who experiences IDD to extend your friendship and support. You'll be enriched by that relationship and learn exactly how resilient our IDD community is. I'd like to turn that over to Shelley and Jess to say a few words as well.
So I'm on the advisory committee, and Jess and I had the opportunity, we like to give back, of course, and Carissa asked us to be on the advisory committee, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and we came before the county commissioners at that time, and Jess was a couple of years younger. He was in the transition program through Salem Kaiser, and now he's done with that program, and he is going into the job discovery program. And he is very outgoing. He loves to go out into the community, which that has been shut down over the last couple of years because of COVID. And so he's been at home, and he's lost his care providers because of COVID. He had some really phenomenal care providers, but he has been very resilient, as Carissa has said. It's been amazing to see the people who have come and rallied, as well as eye-opening the people who have struggled so hard through this. I think the best thing anybody could ever do would be just to walk up and talk to someone with a disability and get over the stigmatism that people have with people with disability. We talked about talking about child abuse, but at the same time, Jess is nonverbal, so he doesn't need the microphone, but he is very communicative and very inviting and very friendly. He hates when I talk about him.
Would you actually turn the microphone towards you, because the people on the TV can't hear you.
Sorry,
That's okay, we want them to hear you.
So Jess doesn't like when I talk about him, but he's used to it now, huh, buddy? Yeah. But the best thing you guys can do, I think, for IDD Awareness Month is to go up and have a conversation with someone with a disability, regardless of the disability, because most people with disabilities are just like you and I, and they just want to be part of our community and be included and be acknowledged. And Jess has a very full and enjoyable life, don't you, Jess? Oh,
Yeah.
he's very funny, Jess. So anyway, Jess will be out in the community and discovering what kind of job he's interested in. He has a lot of different likes and dislikes, music and animals and people, and he's very excited to start. He's going to meet with Sean next week, huh, Jess? Yeah. Are you looking forward to going to work? He's giving me this silly look because I put him on the spot. So. Anyway, please feel free to come up and talk with Jess whenever you see him out in the community. He would love that. Yes. Thank you very much for having us today.
Thank you.
Yes or no?
I know he sings. I've spent some time with him, and he's got quite the entertaining personality.
Jess, do you sing?
Oh, I saw that eye roll.
Shy, usually
Yeah.
he goes like this.
That's okay.
Thank you for being here, Jess. It's always I don't know, a treat every time you come. Every year when you come, it's always good for us to see you. And I'm grateful that you guys are so involved in your community there in Kaiser.
Yes.
I've always thought that was a testament to what a good community Kaiser is.
Oh,
You say
good.
you're silly.
Yeah. I think it's important, Shelley, what you said. And I'm actually reading a book right now on community awareness, kind of behavioral expectations. And there's a chapter in there from a mom who has a daughter with Williams syndrome, which is a disability that you can see, but don't always understand. And what the mom's asking the community is similar to what you just said. But what she specifically asks is for the community to stop saying to our kids to not look or stare, because people are different. And people with disabilities potentially can be different. They might look different. And when we say to our kids, don't look, we're actually encouraging division among people. And we really need to stop doing that. I would say encourage your kids to engage, just as you said. Approach, have a conversation, introduce yourself, ask them about themselves. So I hope everybody takes your advice and that we can start teaching our kids to actually be outward in their emotions and engage and not separate them by saying stop looking, because staring actually could lead to a great relationship, because that's what kids do.
I agree. We encourage Jess to wave when people stare at him.
Perfect.
So he waves at them and he invites them over to talk. And we'll be out in the community and Jess will, someone will walk up and say, oh, I know Jess. And it's so unique to me because I'm with him a lot. And they'll know him from different places and they'll come over and just talk with him. And it's wonderful because Jess is a very sharing person. So he'll be happy to share his wheelchair with you or so he's really good at that.
Perfect. Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Jess. Thanks for sharing with us.
I will also note that Jess mentioned that he is beginning his job hunt. And a few years ago, just before COVID, when we were here before the board, we had actually talked a little bit about pulling together perhaps a group of people to begin conversations about how Marion County could be an employer or a model employer for people with significant disabilities. And COVID kind of took the wind out of our sail on that effort. But again, as we emerge from COVID, I'd like to request maybe that we reconsider that as a point of conversation. Having someone like Jess, be able to join with his skills and his talent. It may not look like the most traditional employment situation, but being able to have individuals of diverse range and skill within our workforce would certainly, I think, help enrich our workforce. And we would learn from Jess as much as, or someone like Jess, just as much as they would learn from us.
Thank you, Carissa. Commissioner, would you make a motion?
I would be happy to. Let me get that motion here. Okay, Madam Chair, I would move that we approve a proclamation designating the month of March as Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in Marion County.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Mr. Wills, would you start the proclamation?
Okay, before the Board of Commissioners for Marion County, in the matter of proclaiming the month of March 2022 as Intellectual and Developmental Disability Awareness Month in Marion County, proclamation. This matter came before the Marion County Board of Commissioners as regularly scheduled public meeting on March 23rd, 2022. Whereas no fewer than 3,100 residents of Marion County live with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and whereas individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities have been marginalized, suffer discrimination and lack of access to their community and basic services, including employment, affordable housing, recreation, health and human services, and disaster response. And
And whereas Marion County acknowledges individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities, as well as the countless paid and unpaid care providers who work with them, have been amongst the highest risk for illness and death throughout the coronavirus pandemic. And whereas Marion County acknowledges the resilience of the individuals, their families, and nearly 2,000 personal support workers, 150 foster homes, and 200 24-hour residential care homes who have worked tirelessly across Marion County during COVID to support the care of the individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities. And whereas Marion County strives to support safe and healthy opportunities for individuals who experience intellectual and development disabilities to re-engage with their communities, and
whereas Marion County supports the choices of individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families by promoting and providing services that are person-centered, person-directed, flexible, and community inclusive. And whereas Marion County is committed to promoting, supporting, and developing options in healthcare, employment, housing, and community services that assure equitable and inclusive access for individuals who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities. And whereas Marion County invites and challenges its community to develop and promote accessible and affordable housing, equitable opportunities for employment and community engagement, and health equity for people who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities, so they may live in a world of choice and possibility. Now therefore, it is hereby proclaimed that the month of March 2022 is Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in Marion County, dated at Salem, Oregon, this 23rd day of March 2022. Jess, do you want to take your picture with us? You have to smile. Just saying. Oh.
Oh, he says you have the blue one.
I do have blue on.
Well, no.
I thought you were saying get out of my way.
Oh,
And run over my feet. He's chased me down once or twice in that thing.
Yes.
Yes.
He is a speed demon. Oh, no, Mom.
Oh, yeah. He did.
If we have to take these photos, you
Where's
have
that
to take
by?
them.
That's right. Okay, look at him first. We're gonna get you.
Just right out there.
3, 2, 1, thank you.
All right.
One more, Kristen.
Oh, look at her run away. All right, now we can go.
Can.
All right, thank you.
Can we have a high five?
There
Nice
you
to
go.
see you.
Say hi.
Thank you,
All
yeah.
right. High five. One more. There you go. All right, you guys have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Shelby. All right. We're going to move on to the consent calendar. Commissioner Cameron, would you read that today?
Absolutely. Madam Chair, I'll move the consent calendar. First item under Board of Commissioners, approve an order delegating authority to the Marion County Chief Administrative Officer to sign all environmental review records produced under the Federal Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnership grants. That is our
Sorry.
famous Jan Fritz. We just gave her that. Oh, we haven't given it to you yet.
Well,
pass
it might be a close vote.
Yeah. Also, under consent calendar, under Health and Human Services, approve an order appointing Ryan Matthews, Marion County Health and Human Services Administrator, and Jan Fritz, Marion County Chief Administrative Officer, as County Financial Assistant Administrators with the authority to sign and amend the Financial Assistant Award and Service Element prior authorization for the Oregon Health Authority Intergovernmental Agreement number 173144 through December 31st, 2022. Under Public Works, schedule final consideration to adopt an administrative ordinance for March 30th, 2022, granting comprehensive plan zone change CPZC case number 21-004, Anthony and Arnatoff. Thank you. And Also under Public Works, schedule a final consideration to adopt administrative ordinance for March 30th, 2022, granting comprehensive plan zone change, case number 21-008, Snow and Curly Properties LLC. And finally, under the tax office, approve an order designating the Woodburn Independent as the newspaper for publication for 2022 tax foreclosure list.
I will second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. And now we'll move on to action items. First order of business, under Board of Commissioners, we're going to consider a resolution approving substantial amendment number 1 to the fiscal year 2021-2022 annual action plan that realigns Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, and home funds into appropriate programs identified by the Marion County Board of Commissioners. Chris Epley and Tim Gleason.
Thank you, Chair Bethel and Commissioners Willis and Cameron. For the record, my name is Chris Epley. I'm the Community Development Division Director up in your office, the board's office. And we're bringing to you the first substantial amendment for fiscal year 21-22 to the action plan for the Community Development Block Grant and Home programs. And these will happen from time to time as board funding decisions throughout the course of a year deviate slightly or more than slightly from the annual action plan, and we realign those back together. So with that, I'll turn it over to Tim to discuss the issue with you.
Good morning. Tim Gleason, CDBG Home Program Manager, also in the board's office. So in terms of the realignment, the home funds will be realigned to down payment assistance as directed by the board, and then CDBG.
Your microphone's not on. I knew it. Sorry. I was looking for the light, like, there it is.
Okay, now it is.
Start over. Thank you.
So Tim Gleason, CDBG Home Program Manager, also in the board's office. So in terms of the home program, the funds will be realigned to the down payment assistance program directed by the board, and then the majority of the CDBG funds will be realigned to the owner rehab program directed by the board. And then in terms of a timeline, we're hoping to have the down payment assistance available starting June 1st, and then the rehab would be starting July 1st.
Of 2022?
Of 2022, yes.
Fantastic.
Getting there.
I know, yay, inch by inch.
I don't have any questions. There's been a lot of work done here. So.
There's more to do, and Tim is doing the lion's share of it. I also just, if I might deviate for a second, want to introduce Teresa Duvall right there, who's a new face in your office, who's with our program now, helping do the heavy lifting. So if you see her
Welcome
around
to the
office-
board's office.
So, thank you.
All right. Colin, Commissioner Willis, would you make a motion, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 8.
Let's see.
Next page.
Okay. Madam Chair, I move that we approve substantial amendment number 1 to the fiscal year 2021-2022 annual action plan that realigns the Community Development Block Grant and Home funds into appropriate programs identified by the Marion County Board of Commissioners.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thank you all for your work. All right, so just
We make that sound so easy, like, right?
We've done hours and
We wanna
hours
talk
and
about
hours of
trauma.
work on
I
this.
guarantee it.
I'm just sitting here going, wait a minute, this is too easy for all the work that these people have put in and we put in. Oh yeah, thank you, sorry.
That's okay. It's been a, I was just actually explaining to somebody the other day about this program and how difficult it is from a business owner's perspective to start a business. It takes a long time to get it off the ground. Typically, you're not like on your feet and feeling good until year 3. So Tim, in like 2 years, this will be solid and you'll just be flying ahead. And that'll be okay because we have to figure it out. We're building a brand new program for the county, which is going to make generational impacts, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to that. So just for clarification, because I don't fully understand this agenda item, are we bringing Jeff and Daniel and Ariel up for this? And then we're gonna bring them back later? Are they gonna make a presentation now, or am I skipping it?
Skip 9 and go to 10.
Okay,
We'll do it at the end.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. Well, then let's move on to item 10, and we'll come back to 9 later. Katrina Rothenberger is gonna join us, and we're gonna do a rolling motion. 1, to consider approval of amendment number 4 to the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Health Authority. to add $66,658.91 for a new contract total of $14,091,638.41, which increases funds for Women, Infants, and Children, WIC, National Service Administration, PE 40-02, and decreases funds for home visiting, PE 42-14 through June 30th, 2023, and to consider approval of amendment number 5 to the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Health Authority to provide additional funding for regional partnership implementation, PE 51-02, in the amount of $198,396 for a new contract total of $14,290,034.41 through June 30th, 2023. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Katrina Rothenberger, Public Health Division Director with Marion County Health and Human Services. And I'm here seeking approval for both Amendments 4 and 5, which Commissioner Bethel just read. Amendment 4 is to add funds, $46,819, to our WIC program, which are just unspent funds that are being redistributed to the WIC program. And these funds will be used to offset our reserves that are typically used for the WIC program and don't have any staffing costs associated with them. The WIC program is a supplemental nutrition and education program for pregnant and breastfeeding moms and children 0 through 5. So we're happy to be able to continue this support and utilize our reserve funds elsewhere. And then program element 42-14, home visiting program, removes $113,477, leaving us with $30,418 in this account. And this is to support our Family Connects program. And the $30,000 is actually our match amount. The Family Connects program is a new program in Oregon. Marion and Polk counties are one of the early adopter sites. And this program is a nurse home visiting program that offers 1 to 3 visits to first-time moms and babies to connect them to resources in the community and other potential health resources that they might need to care for their child. This is just an administrative error when for the $113,000, they put too much money into our account for this match program. And the reason why you're seeing number 4 and amendment 5 at the same time is because we had to connect with OHA to make sure that these dollar amounts were correct. So after doing that, we have amendment 4 before you. And I can talk a little bit about the match. So the match is for Medicaid. The local unit of government is the one that's able to put up a Medicaid match, and we pay about 35 to 39% of the visit, and we're reimbursed by Medicaid for the remaining cost of the visit itself.
Thank you. Any questions? Great. So we're out of my order, so.
Well, I will, I'm going to make a motion, we'll move that motion, then I'll make the second motion,
Perfect.
just keep right on going.
Thank you.
Right? Good? Okay, Madam Chair, if I may, I will move approval of amendment number 4 to the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Health Authority to add $66,658.91 for a new contract total of $14,091,638.41, which increases funds for women, infants, and children, the WIC program, National Services Administration, PE 40-02, and decreases funds for home visiting, PE 42-14 through June 30th, 2023.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion passes.
Madam Chair, if I may, I move approval of amendment number 5 to the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Health Authority to provide additional funding for residential partnership implementation, PE 51-02, in the amount of $198,396 for a new contract total of $14,290,034.41 through June 30th, 2023.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you.
Thanks for your work on this, in conversation yesterday to help us understand what's happening.
problem.
Honey.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna move on to Public Works. I'm like, is Lindsay here? You're over there. To consider adopting an administrative ordinance granting comprehensive plan zone change CPZC, case number 21-007, Deep Lake Investments LLC.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Lindsay King, Principal Planner. The item before you is the adoption of a zone change comprehensive plan amendment to change the zoning from acreage residential to community commercial on a .16 acre property in the community of Brooks, located at 4965 Brook Lake Road. The Marion County Hearings Officer held a duly noted public hearing on this application on September 2nd of 2021. On October 25th of 2021, the hearings officer issued a report recommending the board approve the request. The board then held a duly noted public hearing on the application on December 1st of 2021, considered all the evidence in the record, and approved the request. The ordinance and findings have been prepared, and notice of adoption was given on March 16th of 2022. The administrative ordinance is now before you for consideration of adoption, and I'm available for any questions you might have.
Any questions? No, I'm super happy to see this here. I'm sure they're happy to hear from you later today, too.
Yes.
Good. Okay, well then I'll take a motion, Commissioner Willis.
Okay, Madam Chair, I move that we adopt administrative ordinance granting comprehensive plan zone change CPZC, case number 21-007, Deep Lake Investments LLC.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, the motion passes. Thanks, Lindsay, for your
Thank
work on
you.
this. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, we're gonna recess the Board of Commissioners meeting and convene as a contract review board. And Camber and Jeremiah, is Jeremiah joining you? To consider approval of an order for a class special procurement to issue multiple contracts for individuals who reside in adult foster homes, residential treatment homes, and residential treatment facilities that require fiscal intermediary services retroactive to January 1st, 2023 through January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Camber Schlag, and I'm the Contracts and Procurement Manager in Finance.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Jeremiah Elliott. I'm a Senior Manager in the Health Department.
And we are here before you to discuss the special procurement. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jeremiah, and he's going to provide a brief background.
Thank you for your time. This is a program that's been going on for many years, maybe decades, through our mental health IGA, through our adult behavioral health program. There's various different teams that participate in this, but essentially these are individuals that have severe, persistent, and chronic mental illness diagnosis, and they're either receiving some non-Medicaid paid services or they've not received their Social Security yet, and so essentially they're kind of a gap area of individuals that need pass-through funds to make sure that they are in settings, in this case, things like adult foster homes and RTFs and RTHs, to help stabilize them so that they can, in the long term, become more stabilized and potentially even move into step-down community settings. And so this is a special procurement because these are licensed facilities. Essentially, it's not a competitive process. These homes are almost always full. And so, we get an opening once in a while, and those individuals do get to kind of look at that home, meet with the staff, and do a tour of the home, and they get to decide which of those licensed facilities that they get to go in.
So because Marion County is not awarding contractors to providers based on a competition, we are awarding them based on the advice of the Oregon Health Authority. They're actually advising us on who we should be issuing these contracts to and who our patients will be going to. That's why we have to do a special procurement, because they are public funds, and we do need to show how we're not diminishing competition and how we are having a savings to the county by going through the people that Oregon Health Authority is advising us to do. We did post this on Oregon Buys on March 8th, It closed on March 15th. We received no protests, and as of right now, we do intend to contract with 15 providers. Do you have any questions?
Oh, I do.
I just want to clarify something. My understanding is that the people getting the services have a significant amount of say in where they end up residing.
That is a question for Jeremiah. I
That
do
it's
not
not, they're
know.
not just being told by OHA where they're going to live, but that they actually have a say in this.
That is correct. Essentially, based on their diagnosis and the severity of their mental health diagnosis, they essentially are, you need to go in an AFH or an RTF, an RTH to get the best services for your situation. And then we, our staff, look for these different homes, for slots in the homes, and then give those individuals opportunities to visit in those homes and see which one feels like the right fit for them.
Good. Because I would have a different opinion about this if OHA was just slotting people without doing that process. But I understood that, in fact, that was the process, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Do you know what OHA's process is for selection of the provider facilities or homes? I mean, they obviously pick winners and losers in this situation, so.
Right, as Cameron kind of alluded to, essentially any provider can apply to become a licensed facility on these different types of facilities, AFHs, RTFs, RTHs. But there is a very long, complicated process in becoming licensed. It involves certification from the provider and trainings and certifications for their staff and inspections on the home, financial analysis, et cetera. That's a whole nother state program just to vet potential homes. It's a very, like I said, we could use more homes. It's always just a few slots that are open across our community.
So as long as these potential providers go through the process, Oregon Health Authority just says, you're welcome, please join us. I mean, they have to meet all the expectations, criteria, right?
Of course.
But OHA doesn't just say, well, we want them over them.
That is correct. So
Okay.
essentially, it is a competitive process in that sense that anybody can apply. And as long as they meet all of those standards, then they would be licensed. And there are somewhere around, I believe, 100 facilities in Marion County.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any further questions. You should have known I was coming. Your face. Okay, so Commissioner Willis, would you please make a motion for this?
Sure. Madam Chair, I move that we approve an order for a contract-specific special procurement to issue multiple contracts for individuals who reside in adult foster homes, residential treatment homes, and residential treatment facilities that require fiscal intermediary services retroactive from January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. All right, I'm going to adjourn the Contract Review Board, and we're going to enter into a public hearing now. Jeff White, Daniel Otto, is it Adato? Adato, and Ariel Hammerquist. Perfect, you're all here. Are going to join us for a public hearing to consider adopting the fiscal year 2021-2022 second supplemental budget. Oh, just kidding, it's just Jeff.
Well, Madam Chair, Commissioners,
I thought for sure they would join us. You don't want to be on TV?
I'm sure they're dying to be on television. Thank you for having us here this morning, but they are definitely here for any in-depth questions you may have. So we're here to discuss the first supplemental budget, second. Oh, oops, yeah, that should be second. For the fiscal year 21-22. In accordance with the local budget law and county policies, the supplemental budget request is before you for the fiscal year 21-22. This request is increasing the county budget by $1.9 million and brings the total county budget to just under $650 million. Public notice was posted in the newspaper on March 16th, and copies have been available for review on the county website, as well as in the Board of Commissioners office. The supplemental budget has been reviewed in detail by the commissioners during a work session. In summary, the budgets of 5 funds are being modified. The general fund increased by $715,000 to recognize additional House Bill 5006 wildfire relief resources that are then being allocated as special payments to taxing districts. The Public Works Fund increased by $860,000 primarily for additional debris removal services for the February 2020 ice storm. The Public Works Grants Fund is a new fund for special grant-supported projects in the Public Works Department. And materials and services in the American Rescue Plan Fund increased $46.8 million, primarily for grant application approvals as directed by the Board of Commissioners. Contingency and reserve for future expenditures were reduced to balance the fund. Finally, the Tax Title Land Sales Fund increased $290,000 for anticipated additional auction sales from foreclosed properties, and then allocated as special payments out to taxing districts. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Otherwise, there should be a resolution in front of you for the adoption of the supplemental budget.
Thank you. I have one question. I know we went over this in our work session or management update or wherever it was you all joined us. The Special Grants Fund for Public Works, that bucket is to accommodate like the $75 million in work that we're doing at the canyon, is that right? Or is this different?
It would be for any of those, they have other grant funding, but that has, I think, generated the discussion of them needing a Public Works Grants Fund, so it'll be used to track any of those revenues we're getting in for those special projects.
Perfect. And then also, there's like 3 pieces of legislation for grants specific to wildfire recovery for residential rebuild. Will those grants, if we are awarded, go into the same bucket?
They'll go depending on who's doing the work on it. So whether it's community services, excuse me.
Thank you, sorry.
They will go into the appropriate department that's managing the grant, whether it's Public Works and sort of the work they do, or whether it comes to the Board of Commissioners and Community Development or the wildfire program that we already have existing.
Okay.
And then it'll be tracked from those points on.
Okay, great, thank you. Question? Great, Commissioner Cameron?
Oh, Madam Chair, you want me to,
I do.
Well, I'll make-
Do what we discussed.
all right, so I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing and that we adopt the fiscal year 2021-22 second supplemental budget.
And I will second the motion.
Great, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 And I'm just going to look at legal counsel to make sure I did that
I know, I
right.
was too.
That is correct. You closed the hearing and then,
Adopted the,
and then
Yeah.
offered a motion.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to our regular board session for the calendar to be read, and I'd be happy to read it because it's like so tiny. So today is March 23rd, it's Wednesday, and we're here in board session, location Senator Hearing Room, first floor, 555 Court Street. And then at 1:30 today, we have a BOC Policy Analyst meeting, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street. And then tomorrow, the 24th at 9 a.m., we have a work session on home occupation zoning discussion in the Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street. And then tomorrow at 1 p.m., we have a BOC CAO meeting, executive session if needed, pursuant to ORS 192660, A0, is that right? Is that a typo? ABDEFHI, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street. And then on Monday, the 28th, we have a Santiam Canyon Wildfire Relief Fund Advisory Committee meeting, which is virtual. And on Tuesday at 9:30, the 29th, we have a management update meeting in the Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street Northeast. And on Tuesday, the 29th at 1:30, we have a work session, ADA Transition Plan and Administrative Procedure 304C, Rights of Way Grievance, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street. And on Wednesday, the 30th, we're back here at 9 a.m. for board session in the Senator Hearing Room, 1st floor, 555 Court Street Northeast. And then on Wednesday, the 30th at 1:15, we are headed over to the Salem Kaiser Career Technical Education Center, CTEC, for their cafe ribbon cutting, which is located at 3501 Portland Road Northeast. And then on Wednesday, the 30th at 3 p.m., we have a retirement celebration for Lori Steele, our outgoing treasurer, right here in the Senator Hearing Room, 1st floor, 555 Court Street. And it's spring break, woohoo!
It's spring break.
It's spring break.
For who?
For everybody, it's spring and our kids are on a break. So therefore, it's all of us. I mean, if you don't have kids, you don't know what it's like, I suppose, to try to get them all going.
I have children, but
They are not school-aged.
Very grown adults. I'm going to see them this weekend because my grandsons are on spring break and they wanted someplace to go that would be fun, so guess where
Hey, there you
They're
go.
going to Papa's at the lake.
they're not gonna swim, oh, I guess they will, they'll probably swim in the hot tub. I gotta turn it down.
There you go.
You could, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't take me anywhere.
A little bit of a spill. Okay, well, with that, is there anything else?
Great
No?
way to end the
Okay, yeah, we're ending the meeting. Have a great day. Meeting adjourned.